So now let's talk about drawing layout. So the drawing layout is basically how you lay your drawing on the paper. So for drawing layout, you make use of your title blocks and your border lines. For example, this is my title block here with my name, my form, date, drawing number, and this is the border line. So these are thick outlines that represent the edges of your construction area. So you make use of these border lines to show the areas, the boundaries of your or the borders of your drawing area. So you won't use all the parts of your paper to draw, but you'll make use of the area that is within your border lines to draw. So in another video of this technical drawing class on this channel, I've talked about I've demonstrated how to draw a border line and title blocks. I've demonstrated how to draw the basic lines for those of you who are just starting out technical drawing, so that whatever construction you see me demonstrating in this video, you can also replicate it in your by yourself, because that's knowledge of border lines, title blocks, and the knowledge of the lines is very important for doing that. So that is how you lay your drawing out. Now let's talk about lines and angles. Lines and angles. So for lines and angles, there are different methods of using lines and angles. In a previous video of this channel, I talked about lines and angles. So in that video, I talked about how to bisect a line, how to construct a perpendicular to a line at the given point at the edge of the line. So let's talk about these lines and angles today. Now, still under circles, let's talk about how to inscribe a square in a circle. So the first thing you do is you draw the circle. So assuming this is the circle we want to inscribe a square. Now this circle, we'll draw the circle, and then we'll draw the diameters A, B, and CD. So you draw the vertical diameter AB through the center of the circle, then draw the horizontal diameter CD through the center of the circle. And whenever you want to draw vertical lines, you make use of your T-squares. When you want to draw horizontal lines, you make use of your make use of your T-square for horizontal lines, and your vertical lines, you make use of your set squares. So next, after drawing those diameters, you draw the line AC, CB, BD, and DA to complete the square. So you join those points of the vertices of the diameters. AC, join A to C, join C to B, B to D, A to A. That's how to inscribe a square in a circle. The next, let's talk about how to inscribe an equilateral triangle in a circle. It's still the same method. So you draw the circle, you take the radius of the circle and step it off 6 times on the circumference. So you just step off the radius of the circle 6 times, and then you join every second point on the circumference to complete the equilateral triangle. So from this point, from points 1 to 2 will be the radius. From point 2 to 4, 2 to 3 will be the radius. From 3 to 4 will be the radius. Then you just you join 1, you skip 2, and join to 3. You join 3, skip 4, join to 5. That's how it's done. So next, finding the center of a circle. How do you find the center of a circle? What you do is you draw any two chords, AB and AC. Now this chord AB, a chord is a line that joins any 2 points on the circumference. So this AB joins, you draw any 2 chords within the circle, AB and AC. The next, you bisect the chords. So these are how to bisect. So I've talked about how to bisect a line. A chord is essentially a line. So when you are bisecting a chord, you are essentially bisecting a line. So when you bisect that chord AB, you also bisect chord AC. So I've talked about it in the earlier part of this video. Then when you join that together, where those bisectors intersect will give you the center of the circle. So next, how to draw the circumscribed circle to a given triangle. I've talked about that in a previous section of this video. But you draw the triangle and then you bisect any 2 sides. When you bisect any 2 sides, you will get the circumcenter. Then from that center, you put your compass point on the center and then trace it to the one of the vertices of the triangle. Then you use that distance to draw a circle through. That would be how to draw a circle, circumscribed circle. So next, on how to inscribe, how to draw an inscribed circle. I've also talked about this in a previous section of this video. So, but basically, you just bisect any two angles. So the demonstration is in the earlier part of this video for how to draw all these parts of circles. So next we have how to draw a circle or an arc of given radius to touch two given converging lines. So whenever you have a circle, whenever you have two lines that meet, like this line AC and this line AB, where they meet at the point A. Now you want to draw a circle to touch the two lines. So basically what you do is you draw the given lines, you draw lines parallel to the AB and AC. And if you are wondering how to draw a parallel line, I've talked about that in an earlier section of this video, how to draw parallel lines. So then next you draw a line perpendicular to, first of all you draw a parallel lines. So these are the parallel lines, this is the method. Then where this parallel lines means, you call it O, and then draw a line perpendicular to AB. That is this AB from O. So and then with that line, with the distance between that O and the perpendicular, the length of that perpendicular will be the radius of the circle. So you just draw a circle with center O and radius OD. That's how to do that. Let's say we want to draw a circle of given radius to touch a given straight line and another circle. So what you do is, you want to draw a circle, this circle, you want it to touch this circle and another and a straight line. So you want to draw a circle to touch this circle and a straight line. So you draw the given straight line, then you draw the given circle with the radius. Then you draw a line parallel to the straight line through the you draw a line parallel to this straight line at a distance equal to the radius of the required circle. So you draw a parallel line to this line. The line will parallel to this line AB. You draw it at a distance away from the line AB, and that distance will be equal to the radius of the required circle. Then you take the length, the radius of the required circle, plus the radius of the given circle. So the radius of this given circle, you add the radius of the required circle. So and then when you add everything together, then you take the whole length and then you cut the initial parallel line. So where they meet will give you the radius of the required circle. Next, let's talk about how do you draw a circle to touch three given lines. Now these are three given lines. So how do you draw a circle to touch these three given lines? So you first of all you draw the three lines, then you bisect one angle between the two lines. So for example, if these two lines, you can bisect the angle between them, this angle here. Then you also bisect this angle here. So you can see that these are the bisectors. So where those bisectors meet they meet at O, right? So you draw a perpendicular to one of the lines through that intersection where they meet through O. So that the length of that perpendicular will be the radius of the required circle. So you just complete the circle by drawing the radius. Now let's talk about something that is a little bit related to circles, and that is tangents. So in technical drawing, we have a principle known as principle of tangency. Now in this principle of tangency, it states that there are different principles of tangency, and these principles are used to draw curves and shapes, compound shapes. Like when you're asked to draw a spanner, there are various examples where you can be asked to draw a complex shape using the principle of tangency. Now there are different principles and there are different methods. For example, one of these is if you want to construct a tangent to a circle at a given point on the circumference. So now this tangent is to a circle at a given point on the circumference. Now that given point is given as P. This is the given point P. We want to draw a tangent through this P to this circle. So what we'll do is you are going to draw the circle with center O. You are indicating the point P. Then you draw a line, extend the line from the center outward through P. So and then you with your center P, you draw radius with your center P and radius OP. So you put your compass here, open to this radius OP, and then you cut the extended line. So when you cut it, it will meet at A. Now when you bisect OA, you will get the bisector, and that bisector will pass through P. And that bisector, when it passes through P, it will become the tangent. So basically, you bisect this line. These are the bisecting lines. Then when you join the points of intersection, it will form a tangent passing through that point P. Now, how do you construct a tangent to a circle from a given point outside the circle? Now, this is a circle, and then you want to construct a tangent to a circle with this circle from this point outside it. So all you need to do is you draw the circle, you indicate the point. Now you draw a line OP from the center of the circle to the point outside. Then you construct a semicircle on this line OP. So when you construct the semicircle, then you extend a line from P through A. So this A is the point where the semicircle cuts the circle. So you extend a line from point P through A. That would give you the tangents through the circle from that point P. Equilateral is basically any shape that is bound by four sides. Now, equilaterals include your squares, your rectangles, your rhombus, your parallelograms, your trapeziums, and your trapezoids, and then lastly, deltoids. A deltoid is also known as a kite. Now, your square is any shape that has all its sides equal and all its angles are right angles. Your equilateral is a four-sided plane figure generally. So these are all collaterals, and the square is an example of a equilateral. Now we have your rectangles, which has opposite sides equal and all its angles are right angles. Now a right angle is also known as a 90-degree angle. Next we have our rhombus. A rhombus has all its sides equal, but its angles are not right angles. So a rhombus is has all its sides equal, but not all its angles are equal. So there are other properties of these shapes. So if you are dealing with them in mathematics classes, in geometry classes, you'll be dealing specifically with these properties. But for technical drawing, we don't need all those properties in detail. So but these are just what we need. We need parallelogram has opposite side equal and the angles are not right angles. Then your trapezium has two opposite sides parallel. So these are the parallel sides. This top side and the bottom sides are parallel. Then your height is the perpendicular distance. The height from the top to the bottom is the perpendicular distance. That's the height. So you use it to calculate the area of such a trapezium. Then we have the trapezoid. So the trapezoid has four unequal sides and angles. So that is kind of like the most dissonant and disordered collateral. So lastly, we have our deltoid and kites. So deltoid is also known as a kite. It has adjacent pairs of sides equal. So that means the sides that are beside each other have equal length. So this side beside this one has equal length. This side beside this one has equal length. So that's why it has two adjacent pair of sides equal. Now, still dealing with collaterals, let's talk about how to convert a square given the length of the side. So how do you construct a square? So you just need to draw one side AB. So let's call this side AB. Let's draw one of the side AB. Then we'll construct a right angle at B. Then with center B and radius of the side, draw an arc to cut a perpendicular at C. So this center with center B and an arc and radius of the side. So you just put your compass at this B. After you've drawn this line, you draw a perpendicular to the line. So you cut with your radius B, cut with the radius of the square, cut to meet at C. Then with your center C, you cut again, and then with your center A, you cut. So where they meet, they'll meet at D. So that D will form the square. Next, we have how to construct a parallelogram given the length of the two sides and one angle. So you draw one side, you construct the given angle AB1. So this, assuming we draw this side now, we just construct given angle A, B, and 1. So now this given angle with our center B and radius of the other side, we cut this extended line to give C. Now with this center C, with center A and radius BC, you draw an arc. So with center A and this radius, you draw an arc. Then with center C and radius AB, you draw another arc. So then when they will meet at D, so you join everything together to form the parallelogram.